Hello students, in previous class we had looked into the OLAP engine. So today we can look into the data warehouse backend process. Okay, the data warehouse server use backend utilities in order to populate and refresh the data. So in backend process it is mainly used to refresh the data and populate order to populate the data. Okay, the various functions that take place at the backend process are data extraction, data cleaning, data transformation, data loading and data refreshing. Most of these topics I had covered in your first class itself. What is data extraction, what is cleaning, transformation and loading. Okay, so we can see that those explanation again. The data extraction, this function gathers the data from the multiple heterogeneous sources. The data may be collected from the production data, legacy data, internal office system and external system and metadata. So data extraction means where from the multiple data sources we are collecting the data and adding into the operational database, right? Operational data, right? So we will collect the data from different sources. Okay. Next we have data cleaning. The data in the database should be correct and accurate. This function deals with the detection of errors in the data and rectifying them whenever possible. Data is extracted from a multiple sources and so there is a high possibility of errors in a data. Hence cleaning is essential in constructing the quality data. Data cleaning technique involves the use of transformation rules, domain specific knowledge and auditing. So here mainly data cleaning where when the multiple data are come from the different sources, heterogeneous sources of the data, there will be errors in those data sets. So those data sets should be cleaned when we transform that data into the data warehouse. The errors must be fixed or detected. Okay, so it's about a data cleaning. Next we have a data transformation. This function converts the data from legacy or a host format into a data warehouse format. The data from the heterogeneous sources are transformed into a uniform structure so that the data can be combining and integrated. So here in data transformation, after cleaning all data, it will be structured, a uniform structured data for a data warehouse. It will pass into the data warehouse server. Okay, loading, the volume of data to be loaded into the data warehouse in a large. This function sorts, summarizes and consolidates, computes and partition the data. The different loading strategies are batch loading, sequential loading and incremental loading. So while loading the data also it has some strategies or structures like batch loading, sequential loading and incremental loading. Refresh, it propagates updates from a data sources to warehouse. When the source data is updated, we need to update the warehouse also. So as I told, in data warehouse we can't make any changes. If we want to make any changes in the data set in a data warehouse, we should go into the data source and we should make changes on that particular place, and again you should load those data in the data warehouse. That is known as refreshing the data. Okay, so this process is called a refreshing. One method is to refresh data on every update, but this method is expensive. Hence data is refreshed periodically at regular intervals of time. So refreshing is one of the expensive in a data warehouse backend process. Okay, so other features of this data warehouses are like warehouse management tools, data warehouse usage, the warehouse atlas, the misunderstood OLAP engine. So these are the other features of a data warehouse architecture. Okay, first one, warehouse management tools. Data warehouse architecture usually provides a set of management tools which includes the load manager, warehouse manager, query manager. In addition, a data warehouse must be supported by other management tools like server manager and network manager. So these are the some of the tools provided by the data warehouse management. Okay. Next we have data warehouse usage. Initially the data warehouse is mainly used for generating the reports and answering the predefined queries. As we all know, data warehouse is mainly used to provide the patterns or a reports documents of a particular data sets, right? So here eventually it is used to analyze the summarized and detailed data. In the next phase, the data warehouse used to strategic purposes, performing the multi-dimensional analysis and sophisticated slice and dice operation. Finally, the data warehouse may be employed for knowledge discovery and strategic decision making using the data mining tools. So every data set like a financial data set or a like banking data set, every data set will be the same process. We after detecting the errors, cleaning, integration, transformation, after it's stored into the data warehouse, it perform the slice and dice operation to provide the output, right? So that's the summary, and that's of a finding or knowledge discovery from the particular data set. So it's a data warehouse usage. Next we can move into the warehouse atlas. In the data warehouse atlas, metadata provides a variety of high-level views as a starting point of data warehouse exploration for various users. It provides the view for executive user, for management, a physical feature for view of data administrator and key business users, and a searchable, no nonsense index for everyday users. So, a warehouse atlas provides two detailed views, one for end users and one for the builders. So, in warehouse atlas, it mainly used to say how the data will be provided for the users. How the users can many users will be working on that particular data set. So particular features of the data will be viewed by the particular administrations. Okay, so it's about a warehouse atlas. Next we have the misunderstood OLAP engine. There are three fundamental misconceptions about OLAP engines. So it is one of important, okay, the misunderstood OLAP engine. OLAP servers can perform the data warehousing function. OLAP engines build the relational cubes that provide the ability to perform the multi-dimensional analysis on a given data set. They are completely inadequate for many tasks commonly associated with a data warehouses such as historical archiving. OLAP engine can cleanse and manipulate data being loaded. OLAP servers focus on providing the multi-dimensional analysis. Most available products emphasize the OLAP functionality and leave the data preparation to the user. OLAP engine store the data in a format open to the other tools. There is nothing open about the OLAP data sources in order to perform the effective roll-up, drill down or a data pivoting. So here OLAP servers store their cubes in a proprietary formats. If not proprietary file managers, if other application tool have access to that data, it is simply because they have written the custom drivers to accommodate that format. So here are this completes your first unit, okay, first unit as well as second chapter, okay. So it completes your first unit. So here the some of the questions, 2 marks question of this second chapter, okay. So when your exam start, you can study these questions. If you want, you can note down these questions in your notes, okay. Define data cube, metadata, OLAP, data mart, difference between. So there are 21 questions here. These are 2 marks question, and here you have 5 marks, 7 marks questions, okay. So if you want, you can write down in your notes. Otherwise you can refer the PDF in your future, okay. Thank you.